different nachos.
Hello, you're listening and or watching the Nerd Edification Hour. I'm Caleb.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Jeremy.
And in today's show, we have a whole ton of video game news, but we do have a small little bit of entertainment news, along with a small bit of kind of not Nintendo news. It's kind of slightly not, but anyways. And then, of course, we'll have your nerd vocab, and then we'll have a whole bunch of video game news. This is let's say it's the prequel to our E3 special fantastic episode, or whatever you want to call it.
Where we scream about games that are shown at E3.
Yep. It'll probably be 2 hours long. Then we'll have our technology news at the end. So, let's get this ball rolling.
Yeah.
So, did you know that John Boyega is going to take the lead in Pacific Rim sequel? And if you don't know who that is, he's Finn?
Yes.
Finn from the Star Wars.
New Star Wars. So, Pacific Rim, the 2 still a thing.
Yeah, it was canceled for a while, pretty much just outright. They were just like, nope, we're not doing this, we're done.
And what, was Del Toro director on that?
Yeah.
Yes, and he probably like, why? Why you cancel my movie?
Actually, I think Del Toro was part of why.
Oh, wow.
They were just kept throwing it around back and forth. The first one did really well.
Yeah.
And then they just decided, hey, we're just not going to make the second one. Everyone's like, why?
It's a good movie.
I mean, we would have bought more toys if they weren't so stupidly expensive.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
They didn't all have a miniature reactor in them.
And
right. Now,
second bit of good news.
yeah, this was an interesting one. They've kind of hinted at this in the first season, but since Supergirl is going to be moving over to CW, they've decided in the season 2 of it, they're actually bringing in Superman.
Which is the benefit of actually moving to CW, because then they have the funds to actually...
Well, here's the thing. They were pushing for the first season that was the same Superman as from Batman and, and all that stuff. It's very telling in the fact that they don't actually call out the actor. They just say Superman will be in it. Mm-hmm. But they don't say who Superman is going to be.
I think they might have the guy from the...
That'd be a first, because he hasn't really done much in the way of TV for that.
I think he will. I do, because I think that audio of the recording on the phone, I think that's him, of when he calls him on the phone, calls her on the phone.
Well, that's the thing. Even with that one, you can't really hear him talking to anybody. Mm-hmm. You just, because they don't even really talk on the phone that much. They show them texting, doing the messaging back and forth. Yeah. And it says it's Clark, and that's all you know of. It's the character.
Well, I think it's going to be him.
What if it's the guy from Smallville?
Oh my God!
What if that would be like?
He's still alive?
Yes. Well, first, yes.
His career's still alive?
At first, definitely, yeah. No, I actually started rewatching the first season when I was sick last week, and I was like, for a bad series, this is actually kind of good. In a bizarre Scooby-Doo way.
They were trying to make a Superman series without the rights to do Superman.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because it was DC doing it, but DC couldn't do Superman because of the whole fight with the family. It was hilarious.
Oh yeah, no, they did. They did a pretty bang up job. I gotta hand it to them. But, oh man.
I'm just saying, maybe.
I'm thinking it could be.
Thing.
Stranger things have happened.
Like, yeah.
That'd be the CW's way of like, see, told you we'd get it eventually.
Aha!
Oh my God.
It only took us
We had the prequel 10 years before anybody thought of this, so ha!
Oh gosh, I can imagine.
See, that would bring in all kinds of confusion, because they had Green Lantern. They had, Cyborg on there. They had Green Arrow. They had all this other stuff. They'd be like, wait a minute. The only one that could possibly make sense was their Flash, because it wasn't the Flash.
Yeah.
It was Impulse. Mm-hmm. Which, time travel, whatever.
Mm-hmm. But literally, best Lex Luthor ever was from Smallville. Because
ironically, okay, I take it back. They did have the Flash.
Yeah.
Because he's the voice of Flash in Justice League. Mm-hmm. Best Flash
Well,
ever,
there
too.
we go.
I loved him in that role.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
So a little bit of Nintendo stuff here, kind of. And also, we might touch on...
That's not really sad news. They're adding a lot of stuff to it, which makes sense. Basically, what it is there was... The guys from Rare, they've kind of like, all right, we've got... we made all these great games. Microsoft bought us out, and we became a horrible dead shell of our former selves. So they all abandoned ship and decided, hey, we're going to make, pretty much the Super Friends of game development. I'm sticking with that.
that-
This is basically the super friends of
That's,
game development.
like, accurate to a point that it's scary. And I wouldn't be surprised if someone from there watched this at one point and went,
Currently at the Hall of Development.
Grant Kirkhope's writing a song. Or,
it's like, God, we gotta make that our name. Like, right
Yeah.
now.
Well, I mean, even their emblem looks like a superhero thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, so they started making a game. They kickstarted. It was went almost like in a day. I think it was
probably
already
the most
funded.
successful Kickstarter in the history of Kickstarter.
That has actually done something.
Yes.
They made a game based off their old franchises called Yooka-Laylee, which is a lizard and a bat, which is adorable.
And it took one of my friends months to figure out, like, ukulele. It sounds like ukulele.
Yeah,
And-
it's a joke on a lot of their characters had musical names. Banjo and Kazooie is a banjo and a kazoo.
yeah.
So they just combined their
2D
ukulele.
has a flute, but
Yeah.
Well, yeah, 2D is kind of like playing it, and it's just how that goes. Well, it got delayed to 2017, which they had a hilarious little trailer full of references and jokes.
everything has an eyeball. Well, it has eyeballs.
Yeah, but
Everything has
that's
a pair of eyes.
normal. I mean, I remember
They're
from
like, hey,
what was it? Conker's Bad Fur Day, even the money
Yeah.
and the chocolate. But so it got delayed to 2017. The game is looking absolutely fabulous.
It is.
They are going to be putting out the sandbox download for people that were backers of it. So there's still content coming out for it. But they were like, hey, if we delayed it to 2017, we can add like 2 more giant worlds. They kind of showed a little bit of, like the ice world and some of the other ones.
Yeah.
So I'll take it.
Bigger game, yeah. That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
and in the trailer they showed a bunch of different power ups and stuff. Like there was an ice and a fire one, I think.
Yeah, there's a bunch
Which,
of them.
you know-
One of them turns into
Right.
a plant. I mean,
Right.
Yeah,
they're going old school with a lot of it. There's going to be
Which I
collectibles
like.
and
I
yeah.
like that a lot. I like old school.
And they make fun of themselves about it as well because, like, yo, with this delay, they were, make a car driving part of it because there's actually a little bit after the trailer, after the little credits thing that pops up. The bat's like, hey, this is taking so long. By the time we come back, they're gonna have they're gonna add car driving mechanics and things to it. And they're like, no,
say
that's
Oh
a
my
reference to
There's
Banjo
also-
Kazooie nuts and bolts.
there's also another game coming out. I just remember it's called A Hat in Time.
Yes.
Yeah, that one. It's
Have
very
we-
much like Wind Waker for
Yes.
the art style where they were inspired from, and they were very blatant about that. Like, hey, this is what we love. But
Imitation is the highest form of flattery.
yeah, I'm fine with that one because they do a good job and they do some original stuff as well.
Yes.
I'm waiting for that one to come out. It kind of
Yeah.
went quiet for a bit. They had a lot of it done, and I even got to play some of the demo stuff they had of it.
I would look it up, but the internet's not working right now, so I don't even know why I have my laptop out.
I'll give you the password.
So, and briefly, we're going to touch on they did release some new concept art for the new Zelda.
Yes.
And Jeremy and I had a little bit of a discussion about it last night.
No, basically, it wasn't something you're interested in. You tried to shove me down.
Oh, well,
I was like, okay, so you get a shred of Final Fantasy stuff, and you're like, let's tear it apart. I want to talk about one thing, and you're like, no, stop it.
no, we had a pretty good conversation about it.
Say
though.
I don't think my messages were blowing up for nothing.
But it was, I think, what they did is they released some concept art, and we talked about specifically the hand that he's using.
Yeah, I didn't even notice it first. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is cool. Wait a minute.
Hold on.
So we got into this discussion. It's like, wait a minute, the only time that they had him using his right hand, except for that one Ocarina of Time art.
No,
you
there
found.
was only 2 times.
Yeah.
Have they ever had where Link is in any painting, drawing, official artwork, or anything, where his sword is not in his left hand?
Well, I could have sworn that you said that you found some Ocarina of Time official artwork where it
No.
had-
I was actually you were pointing out about the bow and arrow,
Yeah.
and I went, oh, well, it points out.
Yeah.
I went back to the Ocarina art, and it is the opposite hand, like
Yeah.
they were right-handed, which. Because you were joking, like, well, maybe they got it backwards. Like, well, they'd have to get all of it backwards.
Yeah.
Because it's just coincidence.
Well, I'm not sure what it means, but I mean, we've seen them play the game on the gamepad, so
Yeah.
it's not going to be motion control.
Right. Well, the thing is, I mean, Legend of Zelda.
Could just be flipped, and they could be trolling us.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna nerd out here. The Hylian's in the right direction.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyways, yeah, I did that. But in the last 30 years of Zelda, they've always had the artwork, the swords in the left hand, shields on the right,
Right.
except for Twilight Princess for the Wii version and Skyward Sword, which they've had right-handed for motion control, but we know it's not that.
Yeah.
But every time they've released artwork, specifically when they had the first unveiling for Wind Waker, when they did the artwork for Skyward Sword, they just had Link standing there with the shield on his left arm,
Right.
and Fee standing behind
Yeah.
him, but no sword. And that's what people kind of got the idea beforehand. Oh, well, Fee must be something to do with the sword, which is what it was.
Yeah. Now, it could mean absolutely nothing. It could.
Well, the thing is, every
Yeah.
time Nintendo does it, there's something about the artwork that
True.
hints at it.
True.
They want people to try and figure it
True,
out.
but also you've got to also remember that since then they've gone through some changes, and that I think also might play into effect. And it could be not like saying that they're not placing meaning in there, but it could also just be the angle of the shot that they wanted it to look like that. This is just very small instances.
It's
and
never
stuff
stopped
like that.
Nintendo from doing that, though.
Yes,
because...
but I'm not saying you're wrong.
Well, I know.
Jared.
I'm saying it's not. It's not like this is okay. It's only a little bit of art. Every time they do this, it's a major thing because
Yes.
they want people to.
I know
to
this,
figure it
but
out.
What
there's
if-
other alternative reasons for it, and I'm just saying that those are reasons.
So what if they decide that they say, "Oh, you can choose between left or right-handed"? I mean, just for
That's a possibility.
They
Some
just
people.
could.
Just for,
well,
you know.
I mean, because there's a couple things that came up. They've shown Link before with the hat down and so forth, and they've said, this is Link. It's a guy and so forth. But then people were saying, well, this one's got the hood up. And they were kind of hiding it, and someone was trying to say the face looks softer, but I think it's just the way the painting was.
No,
just
it's
like
way
the bottom of
painting
the
is.
bag,
It's
yeah.
it's the cell shading, and the bottom of the saddlebag looks like a giant book.
Yeah,
Now,
which I was looking at it going,
in-
now I can't unsee
in
that.
the
Thanks.
previous gameplay videos that we had seen,
Mm-hmm.
now was he using his left hand?
He never attacked with a sword.
Okay.
He attacked only with the bow and arrow.
Now was he doing left-handed bow
Mm.
and arrow work?
From what I remember, it was like the art where he was holding with the right, pulling with the left, I think. But I'll have to go back and look.
I see,
It's
that's
been a
something
while.
that I wish I could look up. But I
Yeah.
can't.
If my
'Cause
laptop
it-
wasn't, if the laptop battery wasn't dead right now, I could
Right.
tell you because it's my background.
Well, even if it
Exactly.
was working,
Well, yeah,
unless
but
you have like a special Wi-Fi.
I do.
Well,
The last thing is this is the first Zelda they've had, period, that has not shown the tunic.
Yeah.
It's in something different.
That
which-
makes me think that the tunic has to be earned in such a way, and
Well-
part of the game is going to be actually earning it, and not just the.
Well, they've done that for the
Well, no,
last,
no, 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 but
last
what I'm-
10, 15
What
years.
I'm saying is, though, that was a very small part, but just at the very beginning where you got the green tunic. I'm talking about this could be a whole huge portion of the game.
so you think
is
like
getting a
halfway
tunic.
point?
Yes,
Kinda like
it could be
earning the
almost a
mas-
halfway
like
point.
earning the
like
master
a right-
sword?
That would be a little bit weird. I mean, if they have to do it,
It
the
would
Master
be.
Sword and stuff like that. But
What if it's like a bundle? Like it just comes
It's like
with
green
it,
tunic
like, it's just-
pre-order. No.
Like
Yeah.
you go into the Lost Woods
No,
or whatever,
I-
and then
I
here's like
think-
the Master Sword.
I
and
think
there's
it
the
could
tunic
be-
It's a possibility. I
It
mean,
could
we don't
be,
know, but
yeah.
it's significant enough when they show
like-
that for this
like
much
you
artwork.
are the chosen hero. Here's like everything that represents you as the chosen hero.
Yeah, because
I think it's incredibly likely that it's going to be something that they earn, because this is a whole kind of different sort of thing that they're doing. I mean, they've never done a Zelda of this scale, so
well, they've
obviously,
done it's not so much of the scale
Yeah.
they're doing; it's they're trying to do the open world and stuff, which
Yes.
they have done a few times before. But
yes, but of this
Not
scale
this-
of
yeah.
open world, it's
Agreed.
pretty large.
Yeah.
So I think it could be incredibly likely that it's a large portion of the game is earning your right to wear that tunic.
and I'm sure. I mean, next week we'll get to see gameplay, but that's what I'm trying to figure out from it is why is it right-handed? Why are we not seeing the tunic? Which I mean, that's the first
Can
time
the
it
book
hasn't been
summon
shown.
the demons or fireballs as mage? Like I mean,
I
is
think the
Link
book
like
is
a
probably
mage
some
or
kind of new
something?
item because they
Yeah.
did show a book
Yeah.
on the not the last piece of art, but the one before. It with
That
the
was
bow and
actually
arrow.
the first thing I noticed in the picture was the book. So
Yeah, I mean, and they've also made a big deal of the arrowhead. That was the first thing from the first trailer. So
Right.
there are little things that hint, and I'm sure we're gonna finally see it and get to play it. Like, oh, that all makes sense
Yeah.
now. But right now we're just like, what
Oh,
is
the book has the Majora's Mask page in it. Oh boy.
Oh god! All right,
we'll go ahead and do the nerd vocab now because it's
little
going
early.
to touch on a bit of our news here coming up.
We got a bunch of video
news.
game news. and
Because
like I
there's a
said,
plethora.
This is
Just a
just,
little.
this is
Video
just like a
game news.
little taste of what's coming next week. So
Yeah.
you think I'm bad now? Wait till after the
Oh my
Zelda
gosh.
stuff. All right. Anyways,
I'm telling you, it's gonna be 2 hours.
Are you going to
long.
wear a green tunic?
I'm gonna come in with a green tunic, the hat, and everything. Just all right. So just roll. All right. So the nerd word count for this week is injustice: a lack of fairness or justice, an unjust act or occurrence.
Yeah, and the reason why.
Gee, what could that be hinting at?
Yeah, and the reason why we have that is something has been announced.
Ooh,
Very
a lot of
unjust.
stuff.
Something.
It's weird. Like E3's not till next week, but you have all these companies saying, "Here you go. Don't even need to look
Well,
at it."
they're trying to
at
get it
E3.
out either because A, like most of these, oops, we leaked it again.
Oops, we leaked it again.
There you go. She got the joke.
Yeah.
Or they're just trying to get small announcements out before the big stuff comes in and swamps it. Which is kind of going back and forth because E3 in itself, I think, is kind of dying again a little bit. It's companies are pulling out.
Right. It's transitioning more to digital because I think it's a lot about affordability. Can a company afford to take out time of their development schedule to go and present
make
something?
specific demos? It costs literally millions to do this, and that's
exactly.
Can a normal person even go?
No,
they can't. To get like 5 minutes of gameplay and then go wait an hour.
If I was given tickets, it would still cost me a few $1,000s just to be able to get to be able to go.
Right.
Even if I was given the tickets.
And there is a kind of a public side of E3 this year, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
they're trying that again.
Yeah, they're going to try that again, but
hopefully better than last time.
Yeah.
Well, I guess because they realize that people people
Yeah.
just leak stuff on because we have cell phones now. People just leak it anyway.
I'm excited for it anyway, but.
Yeah,
So it makes you wonder, though, when they leak things pre E3. I'm like, okay, so what bigger announcement are you talking about at E3?
Well, some of them it's not them leaking it.
Yeah,
they're doing stupid stuff and getting out early. Like let's just deal with the first one so I can talk about why the next one got skipped. Because each one got leaked in stupid ways. Either trailers went up early, or they shipped stuff to like. Reporters in other countries and they got there too soon or whatever, and those people are like, oh, look what we got.
Oh, stupid shipping.
Whoops. Mailed it too soon. Darn.
Oh, dang, that boat went too fast.
Yeah.
Plane went too fast. It caught a tailwind.
The first game we have here is interesting and also looks like Ubisoft, at least in my personal opinion after watching the trailer earlier, Ubisoft may be making the same mistake again.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
How so? I don't know how you...
Oh, God.
We'll get to it. What is it, Jeremy?
Okay, so Ubisoft has officially confirmed after it was leaked the day before yesterday. Watch Dogs 2, sequel released November 15th, 2016 for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. You're going to be playing as a new protagonist named Marcus Holloway, who is the game takes place now in San Francisco instead of Chicago. And it's got more of a team-based aspect to it than the single player because
I see they focused a lot more. They said he was more athletic and stuff.
Yeah,
so
for mobility.
There's more.
Running.
They added parkour, so now it's literally just like Assassin's Creed.
I'm about to say we need to use Assassin's Creed engine for something else. We're not making Assassin's Creed. Let's make another Assassin's Creed. So, but he's involved in a group called DedSec, where you go out, you find these other hackers, you can bring them into the group and work with them and.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's a little bit more story-based.
DedSec was a group in Watch Dogs. I don't think...
they referenced it.
It was. DedSec was one of the groups you could talk to.
I don't think you were involved with them in any way, but they were kind of there.
You were aware of them and they were aware of you.
They were, yeah.
The issue I have... Watch Dogs was fun. I actually did like it.
There was some problems with it.
Well, the main problem... Everyone was is when they released the trailer, it was what Penny Arcade and them have so lovingly coined the term of bullshot, because it was running in a resolution and a frame rate that they couldn't possibly do even on the newer hardware. They made it look really good, and then when they actually started releasing more actual gameplay and stuff, it looked really bad because they had to tone it down.
Yeah.
And it's kind of looking like this. I'm seeing this game going that doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't look right.
Way too ham.
And it goes back and forth. You've got people complaining, like, if they release actual footage, like, well, this doesn't look that impressive. Well, we're working on it. But if they release this shiny new trailer, they're like, oh, that's great. But when you get the actual game, it could never live up to it.
Right.
And I'm kind of worried. Watch Dogs would have looked good if they just shown the game. Mm-hmm. But when you got it, you can't help but compare it to what it could have been.
You can only build it up so much without it being a disappointment later on.
Ubisoft is becoming a D&D level hype monster. It's just, I mean,
hype.
They are.
That's what I'm saying.
This is very true. But admittedly, I'm glad that they're taking a break from the main Assassin's Creed stuff to kind of get.
Yeah, they're just giving
bearings.
us a movie.
It doesn't. I'm interested in seeing it.
I mean, I'm actually interested to see the Warcraft movie.
I'm not interested in
Warcraft because it's just like, it's a nerd movie.
Moving right along.
To another leak.
Yeah, as referenced by our nerd vocab, Injustice 2 has been announced.
Or leaked, not announced.
No, it's been officially announced.
It's been officially announced after the leak. If you guys are familiar with the first game, Injustice, it's basically a fighting game with the DC superheroes.
A good fighting game.
And it's a good game. I'm not
Pretty
good
fun.
at it, but it's a good game.
Pretty fun.
I'm not good at fighting games, so that's where I'm at.
That's cool. That happens.
Yeah.
It's
You're
still,
like, it happens. You're just,
it's still fun. I mean,
I'm very. If you think I'm bad at first-person shooters, watch me play a fighting game.
I've never actually seen you play either one.
I'm real bad.
I have to bring one in now. But Injustice is looking good because they have like an armor-based system.
yeah, they
to
got
it
like
now.
a whole bunch of armor. I
Yeah,
was
like as you fight, you can unlock and do different types of armor. I don't know. It's gonna be kind of weird, but we'll see.
I mean, like all of a sudden, the Flash had some super duper armor, which he moved faster. Doesn't really make that much sense, but
That's weird.
if you
It
usually,
could. I don't know. I just
say, hey, let's put on more heavy armor so you can run faster. That makes sense, right?
there's different ways for
But
that.
then, like Batman's like, oh, I have robot arms now.
you know what?
Robo Batman.
I'm sure it'll be fun.
Robobobat.
Roboboman.
Robobat.
Robobat. There we go.
Robobat.
Robobat.
It's like Kirby Planet Robot.
If I say Kirby ate Batman.
Oh, that would be cute.
That's how you get the Dark Knight armor. You
That
just
would
eat
be
a Batman, and it's just
yeah.
Kirby's like. Brr.
That would be really cute, though. I need to now draw a Kirby in Batman form.
I can just imagine like the cute Kirby voice. Justice.
Okay, so I'll let someone else have this Blizzard stuff because,
This is actually it's an interesting idea of what they're doing with this
Yeah.
too. So.
I'm not quite sure what this was about. Jeremy,
All right.
do you know about?
Well, I guess I'm
like,
going to keep talking.
yeah, go ahead.
All right. So
I know nothing about Blizzard
I
except everyone's playing Overwatch.
yay!
this is why we have bullet points. Anyways, so Blizzard had a meeting with a group that had what they call a vanilla WoW server going. They had them finally shut it down and were coming out and saying why they weren't able to make one. People wanted a classic original launch World of Warcraft to run around in because the game now is completely different from how it was before.
Yeah.
With the environments and the mechanics, and people just want to go back and play the original one. And the reason they were giving is saying, yeah, the world and stuff, we do have instances of those. The way they do the servers, they can go back to certain days, dates and bring it back. But there was a lot of the random data that they couldn't save, they didn't save. Mm-hmm. And, they were kind of saying it was brute forced by the other people, so they wouldn't be able to do it correctly, though these people were doing it for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
We can't do this, stop doing it.
It's like, why not just, we will pay you to for you to give us that.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
it's
what
moving.
It should have been. But...
It's moving in the direction they could possibly do that. Mm-hmm. Because at least they're willing to have a meeting with these people. They didn't sue them. They just had to do a cease and desist. They had to shut the server down, which there was a lot of people on there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I imagine even though they shut the server down, they did retain all the data. So
nope, they didn't get rid of it.
They retained the data. They kept it.
I think they made them just wipe the server. Like they had to just drop it because it wasn't official.
That's not smart. I imagine someone probably saved all the data.
Probably, but they're not going to legally say that.
No, they're not going to legally say that, of course.
So it's kind of a back and forth. Blizzard, technically they're in the right on that. They're allowed to do that. But it's kind of like, well, we had it running. We weren't doing anything. These people didn't want to play the new WoW. They were never going to be WoW customers. They just wanted to play the vanilla one. We're willing to pay for it if Blizzard let them. So it kind of goes back and forth. There's a chance, slim chance it could happen one day. Mm-hmm. But right now they're kind of like, hey, just cool your hopes. It's technically for how it needs to be, not really feasible right now.
Yeah.
So.
Well, at least they didn't sue them, so they've got that going for them.
Well, when Blizzard points a giant gun of cease and desist, you go, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Alrighty.
And speaking of Blizzard, they're teaming up with Facebook about
to connect with friends and empower streamers. I'm not quite sure about the second part.
So you can now integrate your Facebook to your WoW account, and it makes it easier to connect with your friends.
Like I said, go back to vanilla WoW.
Yay! Well, I mean, I can understand, like, if you might not know that some of your friends on Facebook play WoW.
Come play Mine Farm.
No.
But I don't think they're going to put it. I don't think that they're going to put it so far as putting in the the weird.
Well, that's the requisite jokes. I remember when they were like, "Oh, they bought Oculus. Oh, we're going to get Farmville on the Oculus," and I'm like, "That's not how that's going to happen."
No,
but
that doesn't really
make
work.
your jokes.
No,
whatever.
it's about connectivity and connecting with your friends, which is nice, but it's just like, okay, Blizzard. And this is exciting for you, Jeremy. This next bit here. CD Projekt Red has trademarked an actual real Gwent card game. Side note, at GameStop right now, you can actually get two Gwent decks, actually, when you get the Blood and Wine expansion. It's like $80, but you get 2 decks of Gwent.
I wish they would do that for PC. They're like, you can get it for Xbox One or PS4. It's like, but I have it on PC. You don't get them.
Oh, well.
No!
Oh, it's like Mortal Kombat all over again.
I don't even have the first
No, we got the
round
expansions. We just can't buy the cards. They didn't make them available in cards to go buy it. I was like...
They would. Well, now that they've trademarked the real card game...
That might be where I'd get it from, so...
Exactly. Yeah.
I'll be playing Gwent on game night.
I've seen people play Gwent, and I'm just...
You play Hearthstone, I don't want to hear it.
I know, but, like, it just... I'm not saying it looks bad. It just looks different. I'm just like...
It's a card game.
Like, it's taken me... I still haven't mastered it in the game.
I know there's...
I just teach someone to play Uno the other day.
I know you have to have higher numbers than your opponent.
Yeah, and then there's
different stages with it, and depending on where their location is.
And if you don't have enough cards or stuff like that, and you don't have a certain kind of card for the area that you're actually challenging people in, you will get your butt kicked.
Yeah, this is straight up not solitaire. This has got some rules.
Yeah,
I mean I know.
But
welcome to card game.
And I still don't understand Spies and Gwent.
I don't think anyone does.
Like, let's play a spy so that my opponent has bigger numbers than I just don't understand that. But, well, whatever.
What's next?
Caleb, let's let you have this required mobile game thing and see how angry you get.
So, Deus Ex Mankind Divided seemingly requires a mobile game.
Well, it doesn't. The reason I put that in there, it's not. I didn't mean the fact like you have to have the mobile game to play the game. It just seems like when people are putting out these games now, it's like they almost require that there's a mobile game now attached with it. So, I mean, for crying out loud, Mortal Kombat had a mobile game.
Really?
Yeah. Mortal Kombat had a mobile game you had to connect to.
Wow.
Injustice had one. That's the only way you can get some of the costumes.
No.
You had to play the mobile game.
No, bye.
So
wait, isn't this the same one that had the pre-order kind of?
Yeah. They dropped that thankfully after they realized how stupid that was.
It was augment your pre-order by getting your friends to pre-order it along with everybody else.
Yeah. Well, Deus Ex Mankind Divided, they were talking about it's getting an arcade mode available in the game, so you can it's more of like a straight up shooter style with friends, and you can kind of go through as an add-on arcade gameplay, and that's. Extra modes are always good. This isn't affecting the main one. This is just like, hey, we're going to shoot things.
I saw a trailer for this where I don't know why they call it a trailer, but I guess they were like, the videos they make for the in-game stuff with people with cyber arms. Like, they're like, people always sent us emails and stuff asking, where do we get those? I'm like, oh, that's just for a video game, sorry. But then they said, no, now we're actually funding a real robot arm making people or something like that. It's an
actual emerging science.
I was like, that's a weird kind of trailer, but kind of cool at the same time. But
that's interesting. Yeah.
Why you call it a trailer, I don't know. But I mean, it's still cool.
So the mobile game was kind of like a strategy game, is what it looked like.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
it's
Fallout
just once
4 had
again
a mobile game as well, along with it.
Yeah, I'll give you that one. It also had another one. Not even counting the.
I don't think it unlocked anything in the game for you though.
Not really. I mean, you could do stuff with the Pip-Boy, which is awesome. But, yeah. All right.
All right, Rachel, this is your time to shine.
Well,
lunch?
Okay. Well, I have... It's way past lunchtime, guys. It's dinner time.
Oh, by the time we get back, it'll be lunchtime.
No, I have basically, yesterday, the 2.8 Kingdom Hearts video came out. It's going to be released in December. Hooray! They haven't announced which day in December, which I'm assuming
2018.
I'm assuming it's before Christmas. It's going to include the Kingdom Hearts Kai back cover, which is it's a brand new tale, and it details the basically the events that occurred before the Keyblade War, and tells about the Foretellers, as well as new HD gameplay for Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, which is formerly a 3DS title. As well as another new sort of gameplay thing for Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Birth by Sleep Fragmentary Passage. I don't understand the name at all.
It looks so good.
I have
the thing they showed with Aqua and stuff,
it
just
looks
looked
amazing.
Like, it looks like Kingdom Hearts 3, basically.
Yeah,
Like,
and so it's a brand new
Jeremy's like,
storyline for Fragmentary Passage that provides players with a preview of the upcoming events for the highly anticipated Kingdom Hearts 3. And at the very end of the trailer that was shown, it said that more details will be emerging in December about Kingdom Hearts 3. So we may get a kind
launch
of
decade
frame of release. Yeah, let's go with that. In addition, they also announced World of Final Fantasy, where players will collect, raise, and take into battle monsters of Final Fantasy lore.
Basically, Final Fantasy Explorers, but for the
well, it's more like
console.
Final Fantasy Monster Hunter, really.
Which was what Explorers was, wasn't it? You could do that in Explorers.
no.
right?
Monster Hunter, you don't really raise the creatures and stuff. You hunt them, but you don't like raise them.
But
and
in
use them for
stories,
stuff.
you can.
Yeah, that's a
Exactly.
different one. Okay.
So it's going to use an active. It's going to use an active time battle system, which is kind of like turn-based combat, but with an it's more like Tales, I think, where you're attacked has to recharge, but it's not necessarily the format that it was in 7 and 8 and stuff like that. Some of the monsters that you can collect are Cactuar, Chocobo, and the Behemoth. One of the key features of the game is the stacking ability. The two main characters are siblings, and they're actually looking for their mom.
I think that's
That's
a little.
What the stacking ability is
Are they
you
going
can
to hide in a
change the
trench coat
size.
and try and get into an R-rated movie?
You can change the size of the monsters and the main characters and allow them to like stack on each other to defeat bigger monsters. This is an interesting, different concept that Square Enix has never done.
From what I saw, though, none of the guest characters like Cloud and Lightning, they didn't have their normal forms at all. They stayed little tiny forms.
No, they're in a different world. You know how in Dissidia and stuff was kind of in a different world with everyone like that? It's kind of like that.
Most of Square's in a different world.
Yeah.
Like that.
So, but
Different universe, same characters.
see, I kept it short. So
Wow.
that's what's going on with Square Enix as of right now. We might hear more.
We're just bragging on you. It's okay.
I will wring your neck.
Tom says that'll make for good TV. So
Of course.
You gave me crap for Zelda, give me crap for Final
Yeah.
Fantasy.
I didn't really give you crap for Zelda.
Look, we both agree we bought Final Fantasy 15.
We did.
Okay.
Y'all did, but
We
So-
found peace in an overly expensive expansion.
Yes, we
Edition.
did. That has a really cool action figure.
I need a job now.
But here's well, we're gonna turn on the rumor mill real quick and then talk about very briefly what we are
Printing
most
out rumors.
excited to see at E3 that hasn't already been said is going to be at E3. So
Well,
some of the rumors are going to be the Skyrim remaster, Prey 2, Wolfenstein 2, and Evil Within 2.
Skyrim Remaster, now you can play it in 1080 60 with updated graphics and all this. I don't know.
I get kind of why they're doing it.
Play it on the new
Dragons.
console.
I look at it like this, and like, that's cool. Like, we could have just had an HD remake of Fallout 3. No, we're going to actually make a giant game of Fallout 4 that uses this system. Holy crap, it's amazing. We're just going to give you the same Skyrim again.
Well, they did say someone on the Elder Scrolls team did say like a while back that within the next 2 years they're going to get out another Elder Scrolls game.
Hopefully, because right now they're still focusing on Elder Scrolls Online, which is not a normal Skyrim
Well,
game.
no, it's not.
As much as they tried to, it makes as much sense as trying to go back and it's like, oh, Final Fantasy 11, that was a Final Fantasy game. No, it wasn't.
It wasn't. They just shut off the servers.
You
to
went
that.
10 and
Just.
12. 11, we don't talk about that.
Just like we try to skate over 13, but that's just too big.
It's just one straight line.
Exactly. But I'm excited, primarily if it's there. I'm hoping that Level 5 says more about it. Ni no Kuni 2.
Yeah.
Because when they showed the trailer for that last year, I was like, oh my god, this looks so pretty. The main character with the black hair looks like Howl, and yay! So that's exactly what was.
I'm still playing through the first one.
Oh, it's a good.
I wish they would have released the DS version because I kind of think I would like it more as a portable. Mm-hmm. Not saying it's. I mean, graphically, I don't care about that one way or the other, but I just like
there's a
portable RPGs.
lot to see in the PS3 edition. Like there's a lot. And I think it would have been. You're right. It probably would have been a little more palatable.
Because all it
on the
was,
DS.
I mean, it's gorgeous and all that stuff, but it was a port from the DS to the PS3. They just put new graphics to it and everything, which is great. We just never got that portable version. Like, I would have been fine even if they'd been like, we'll put it on the Vita or something. Like, give me a portable version of it.
True, but I'm excited to maybe see that, but we'll see.
No, that one, I actually want to see that one as well.
All right.
Raid 2 would be interesting because it was canceled. That's the funny thing. Like, they straight up canceled it. And they're just like, oh, no, our bad. No, we may do it again. Because they released, like, a teaser trailer, that whole thing with the plane accident.
Right.
And it just kind of went away.
Just kind of shipped it under the
All
rug.
right.
What are you guys excited for? Anything you want to see specifically other than Zelda stuff?
I was about to say, it's like, really?
Well, I want to see a new Metroid game, but that won't be happening until that.
You know, they've said they're working on a 3D and a 2D,
I
right?
know.
Yeah.
Just won't be on the Wii.
I know.
Well, I'm actually looking forward to more stuff for Metroid, the
Federation Force?
Yes.
Yeah. I keep forgetting the name, but I'm still
Federation
excited
Force.
for it.
Yeah, it's 2D art style, but it looks like it should be a fun co-op shooter. We're supposed to see new stuff on the Monster Hunter. On those.
Stories.
Oh, good.
Stories
That's the
and
game
things.
I'll actually play.
And Cross.
That depends on what Capcom brings to that, because Nintendo's still limited. They're going to do a few more. Zelda all is day one, and then they're doing some of the other games a little bit the next couple days, but we'll see.
See, other than that, what am I don't know. Since I don't have a PS4 and I gotta afford a new graphics card anyways, I'm just kind of like, okay.
That's the one thing I'm not looking forward to is the almost inevitable, we're going to make another PS4 and another Xbox.
I might as well just
and
wait
I'm
till
just
the-
like,
I'm just shrugging
the
and just
4.5 comes out.
I'm gonna upgrade my 500 gig hard drive to like a terabyte or a 2 terabyte and just deal with it because I ain't about that life, man.
yeah, a lot of people aren't, and I'm afraid they're still trying to push for it. That's my concern.
Well,
But,
I'm just glad that they said that it's not gonna be that you know you're gonna have a choice. I'm just glad that they're not not giving us a choice. You know.
I've also seen enough times for all three companies have gone back on statements like that and kind of like, yeah, well, we're going to have to do this.
I don't think they don't have to do anything.
Do you think Microsoft will show some more on Core?
I don't know.
You remember that?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I know what you're talking about.
the hunting of the robots and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The robot hunting simulator.
Oh, Dead Rising 4. We talked about that before.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. The stuff's been kind of leaked about that. Looks like the original protagonist is coming back.
Oh, that's good.
Frank West.
Now, this is kind of cool. This next bit here.
Yes.
After,
weird.
Kojima was thankfully released from his underground prison.
I think a lot of that
By
was kind of
Sony?
back and forth. Kojima was doing stuff to mess with Konami, and Konami was doing stuff back to mess with
But here's the
Kojima.
thing, when he emerged in that video, he was scraggly with a beard, and I was like, man, did they, put him somewhere? And just lock him up, that poor man. And so now they've finally released an image of the studio's mascot. His name is Ludens. And he's a
Weird looking guy.
He's a weird looking dude.
He's,
The mask is like this kind of a Spartan looking thing with this skull and the
like
robot
glass
sort of.
lenses.
I don't know, man, but it encompasses pretty much everything that he's ever made, which is interesting.
He's like, I can get out and do things? I'm going to make something weird.
Here's my vision.
That's why we love. That's why we love Kojima.
Yes.
Why we love him.
So next on here, we've got Final Fantasy XII, The Zodiac Age, PS4 HD Remaster announced by Square Enix. Talked a little bit about that earlier. Remaster will be based on the Japanese re-release of Final Fantasy XII International Zodiac Job System, which I remember when that came out because I've still got my original, and they're like, oh, we added more stuff. I'm like, no?
No, it's pretty cool. I've looked into it, and it really expands the gameplay.
The
quite a bit.
comparison, they did a really good job of. They didn't just upscale; they retextured, which is great. I mean, they didn't change the models that much, which is fine. It's going to feature several improvements to graphics, features, and gameplay. Backgrounds, character models, even cutscenes and fonts will be overhauled in higher resolution to match the current generation.
Which is really impressive.
Yep. Audio supports 7.1 surround sound.
Also
High-quality
impressive.
voice acting will be included, which I'm guessing they probably just went back to the original masters and just got those instead of
Yeah,
downscaling
and
it.
then cleaned them up a little bit, and if there were any errors, they called who they could.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they usually do.
Yeah. Both Japanese and English voices will be available as a selection of the options.
Well,
Good.
Music will also be available in two versions, original and re-recorded.
Which means they're, like they did with the HD remixes for Kingdom Hearts, they actually re-recorded all of the soundtracks in, better quality and added some different instrumentation and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I
they did
notice
that
the difference.
for Twilight Princess as well, where they had the orchestral and stuff.
Right, and so this is probably what they've done with that as well.
Options are good.
I love options.
Loading times will be reduced. Well, that's kind of a given. They're going to have that sucker on a hard drive. So,
Yeah.
autosave feature will be added. And the turbo mode introduced with the re-release will also be improved.
Yeah.
So that'll
That's
be
always
nice.
good.
I love 12. People kind of gave me crap about it. They were
I
saying
like
some
12.
weird thing.
I'm
and I was
playing
like,
it on my PS2 right now.
Yeah,
so
I prefer it.
yeah. It's
All right.
way better than the crap that came after it, 13.
Or 7.
8 was my favorite. See, I didn't argue with you in that. 8's my favorite.
7, I played a little bit more on my PSP, but I still wasn't excited. 9 and 12, I think, are my favorite too so far.
8's my favorite because that's the first.
8 was fun. I did like
that
it.
was the first Final Fantasy game where they actually used full scale models.
Yeah, you're like, oh, they can be real people. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Exactly. And this is exciting for you.
Yes.
Lego Dimensions is getting a bunch of new characters. They're getting the new female Ghostbusters,
Harry
Potter, E.T., Finn and Jake, more Doctor Who, The Wicked Witch, Gremlins, Beast Boy, The Goonies, and finally Sonic the Hedgehog.
I don't think they're getting more Doctor Who. What it is they showed, because they're not doing, and I'm actually quite happy about this. They're not doing like with Skylanders and with Disney and Disney Breasted Soul, where I'd be like, cool, you're going to get these in 2.0 or 3.0. They're like, oh, cool, you got Lego Dimensions? You're getting these guys, period. It's all combined.
Exactly, it's all combined, yeah.
So they were showing the characters they already had interacting with the new ones. That's where Doctor Who came from.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's what I'm saying, more Doctor Who, so you get to see him more.
You get to get
with
everyone to
interactivity.
interact with him, which is still funny making Doc Brown mess with... Anyways.
That's hilarious.
But like with Finn and Jake, it's an entire level, so you're getting the Land of Ood to go run around in and do stuff. The A-Team, you're getting Mr. T, or B.A. Baracus and his band. You're getting Sonic the Hedgehog. We don't know anything about him yet. No packaging's been shown. Mission Impossible.
He's going to go fast.
Oh, yeah, Tom Cruise.
It should just come with a little Lego couch. But still, just jumping up and down. It'd be like a little vehicle. But you get Ethan Hunt from Mission Impossible, which is Tom Cruise.
Picturing... hold on a second. I'm picturing Tom Cruise from Risky Business. In Lego form, sliding on the
hitting
floor,
something and
hitting
Legos
something,
flying out.
And
Yeah.
Legos flying out.
Well, the trailer was funny. They show him coming down just to tickle Scooby. I'm like, all right.
That'd be something he'd do.
Is the Lord of the Rings stuff already in there?
The Lord of the Rings is already in there, and of course Gollum, it shows us the one ring, and he's like, my precious, and Sana's like, ring, I don't want to die.
Yeah.
He looks kind of weird, like they just kind of stuck the head in there. But what was really great and completely out of left field was the Goonies.
Oh yeah,
we're getting the freaking Goonies.
We're gonna get to see in Lego form the Truffle Shuffle.
We get Sloth, Truffle Shuffle. We get all of it. I'm like, yes. I don't know. I really hope it's an actual event, like its own level.
Oh, can you
because I want to
imagine
go through
going
Goonies with Doctor Who.
Or Doc Brown or Scooby Doo.
Scooby Doo.
Scooby Doo can come along for the adventure.
Yeah, we're also getting Powerpuff Girls.
Oh my god!
Really?
Yeah, Powerpuff Girls are coming in.
The new ones or the old ones?
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the new ones are. I like the old ones.
New ones.
If they're gonna,
the new ones aren't bad.
They're not bad.
It's a difference.
If they're gonna get the Powerpuff Girls, they have to get the old voice actors.
Tara
and
Strong forever.
I can guarantee you that they will all jump at it.
That's my bubbles.
Yeah. So.
And I'm actually, I hate to say it, like, okay, Beast Boy was in there, so they're bringing in more of the Titans, which was great.
Which it was the original voice actor, I think.
It is the actual voice actor, but the other joke with him is there's more than just Harry Potter. We're also getting Fantastical Beasts because Beast Boy made the joke, I'm the Fantastical Beast, and it shuts him up in his bag.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there, and I'm like, yeah, I see what you did there.
And
I'm still missing more. There's more in here. That's what's ridiculous.
I need to just go. I think this is going to be
This
the
was
one thing that I
this
collect
just a
because
little
I
bit.
actually want to play this game. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love doing those because I've gotten more back into my Legos and stuff. Like I have my Ecto 1 and all that.
Hey, I'm getting Lego Star Wars when it comes out this month.
Yep.
And
I'm getting that one on the Wii U.
I couldn't afford it.
I got the PS4 one with the the.
If you ever have people come over to play games with it, get Lego Dimensions on the Wii U because it's the only one that actually does just like the normal Lego games. You can do the multiplayer, but you don't have to do split screen. So you can run around and do whatever you want on your own screens together.
That's amazing.
And that's the one reason I always buy the Lego games on there because every one of them, except for City, because it was single player anyways, lets you do that. Even the Dimension game, which is great. So
Lego City doesn't?
Lego City's only one single player. It's a
Oh.
Grand Theft Auto of Legos,
Yeah.
which is so funny.
I'm gonna have. I want
I
to try it
still
out.
haven't played
I
know
have
you
the Lego
borrow it.
games on the. Mainly, I stream the Lego games on my Twitch channel, and people
Yeah.
actually watch it. They actually watch it, and it's really enjoyable because it's hilarious.
I know. I
know.
did a Lego video back when I first made my channel, and it's still got like 100 something.
Yeah,
views.
people
It's like,
love those
why?
games. Yeah.
I mean, I understand the PS4 and the Xbox One versions. Yeah, they're shinier and stuff like that.
Well, it's not
But-
the shininess. It's easier for me to stream from there because I can stream directly as opposed to having to do a.
I do that anyways, but I mean, the other
Yeah.
reason is with my kids, we play together on
Right.
a lot of these. So as soon as I realized I didn't have to do that stupid moving split screen, that was it. We're done. We're just getting that.
Yeah. So for certain ones, I'll definitely get on the Wii U, but like the ones I've gotten thus far have all been pretty.
Yeah, and if you're listening, Disney, you've basically messed yourself up. I would have been willing to buy more stuff, but all my money's going to Lego now.
Yeah. Okay, so quickly,
All
I'm
right.
going to run through this Destiny Rise of Iron DLC. They've just announced it after it was leaked on Snapchat.
Leaks.
I forgot Destiny was even a game.
Yeah.
What's that?
Basically, it's a whole new DLC. It's going to be on Earth. There's it's called Rise of Iron. I'll read the synopsis real quick.
It's in the Cosmodrome, isn't it?
Yes, the wall that stood for centuries along the Cosmodrome's southern border has collapsed. Fallen mutants now scavenge the tombs of the Golden Age, and
Jon Snow
the technology they have unearthed in the waste is more dangerous than they understand. So you join Lord Saladin from Iron Banner.
Saladin?
Yes.
He has salads?
Journey you journey into the Plague Lands, and you learn the fate of the Iron Lords, and you stop the growing threat before it's too late. So new places are the Plague Lands, Fellwinter Peak, and the Wall. There's going to be new armor and weapons, including like theme sets for the DLC, and even new Trials of Osiris gear. The most notable thing is the new 6-player raid. What?
Wait, what?
Yes, there's a new raid.
I have to pay $30 to get what we've been asking for since day one. They should have done. That's
Yeah,
great.
it's a new 6-player raid for the Fallen. A Fallen
The
raid,
Fallen? The guy
which
from,
we've been asking for since day one.
the guy from that
So-
Transformers movies is going
Yeah.
to be in there?
I'm debating, like, is this going to get me to quit playing Overwatch?
Yeah, so
No.
new and updated
Of course not.
strikes, which is good because the strike playlist is getting kind of boring, and new patrols and public events, which is really nice. So obviously there's going to be more story content as well. New maps and new mode and new features in Crucible. What that is, we don't know. The most notable thing is the new enemies, which is the mutated faction of the Fallen called the Devil Splicers, who are augmented by the technological plague called Siva, which is what they unearthed from the vaults. Also, there's what looks like a new mechanical boss. But the first thing I noticed about the Fallen is they got these little pointy peg leg, bing, ding, 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 ding things.
Is
So
that
I'm
what
like,
they-
yes, that's literally how they walk. It's like that. It's nuts. And so you also get Galahorn
Wow.
is back. If you pre-order, you get a special like black edition of it. I don't know. You can get it anyway through the game through a certain quest. The retail price of the game is $30. PlayStation gamers will, of course, have access to timed exclusive content because PlayStation always get those, and I can hear the Xbox owners groaning in the distance. While Destiny is available on the PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, and Xbox One, Rise of Iron is only going to be on PS4 and Xbox One. So they're finally not doing past-gen content on there anymore.
That's going to cause some issues as well, though, because people bought it on those systems that they may not be able to upgrade.
Yep.
With the understanding, and I remember them saying this, that all the content would be available on that until maybe Destiny 2. So that's kind of a big thing to go back on and go, sorry, we lied.
Whoopsies.
For someone who owns a PS4, it doesn't exactly affect me. But
I feel no sympathy
I feel
for
no
these
sympathy
people.
for these people. But
But, I mean, I do have friends that they can't afford to upgrade to these
Right.
systems. They
Like
play
me. And
I
Destiny on
understand.
360 specifically, like Josh Pfeiffer. They don't have the
Right.
Xbox One or PS4,
Right.
but
right.
Yeah, they're
But
not
in
gonna be
any
happy about
case,
that.
the game comes out, or the DLC rather, comes out on September 20th, 2016. 10 days before Final Fantasy 15. So I have 10 days to get through all that content without being like, bye guys, I'm not going to play with you in Destiny anymore.
I'm about to say in 10 days, I'd probably just skip it. Just
10
play
days.
something else
Wow.
in 10 days.
Yeah, well,
I'm sure you get a backlog.
in any case, that's what's going on with Derpstiny.
Derpsy.
Caleb,
All right.
tell us about our technology news, which is just a dash.
Dash.
It's a dash of technology news.
I can add a fun one from Sega in
Okie
here.
dokie.
Sure, if you want to.
Go ahead.
But MSI's Backpack PC is an imperfect solution to VR wires. So if you get tangled up while you're moving around and doing the spinning stuff, well, there's a Backpack PC. They haven't released a price yet, but they showed it off at a convention, obviously, and apparently it actually works pretty all right.
I mean, it makes sense. It would just
It's
be...
just like a 10-pound backpack. That's probably...
It's just a nice laptop on your back is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, they could just make an Alienware with 2 hooks in the side and be like, oh, look, I got an Alienware now.
And also, Google's voice search records and keeps conversations people have in their phones, but the files can be deleted. So when you say, okay, Google, is Bruno Mars Filipino or something like that? Or, that's... It's just an example.
I looked up more information about this. It's not one of those things where it's just constantly recording or doing stuff. What it is attached to your account, they keep a database that you have access to. You can clear it, or you can see kind of like, it never understands me when I say this. Oh, okay, well, they recorded this, and this is why. Let me get rid of that, and we'll redo it. And it kind of help build up your of how you say the words and how you do that. So it's not as evil as a lot of it sounded originally, but it does have... I mean,
it's to help you
I'd
out.
rather the fact that they're actually telling you, hey, it's there. Because they can't realistically keep it on your phone. You'd be out of memory in a day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it'd be insane. But the one last thing we add in here, talking about VR, well, you know how the Oculus Rift, you're kind of sitting down... You can't really move much. With the Vive, you can move kind of around in a square, and it kind of can see your track.
What's that thing that Mark's been playing on his channel? What VR unit is that? Because he can walk around on a platform thing.
Well, that's the platform thing you have to do. I'm talking about just the system itself.
Well, no, it's like a flat platform.
Well,
it's not like a circle that he's attached into. It's literally just like a rug. And he has...
They might have had something like a third-party thing with that, but
I don't know.
But with that
You'll
one,
have to look at
with the
it.
Morpheus, you can't really move around too much. PlayStation VR, Sega says that's adorable, but not going to happen. What they've come up with their system, they have an entire warehouse.
Oh my gosh!
Oh yeah, it gets better.
That's
they have an entire
Look
warehouse.
at ours.
They can set it up with this entire warehouse. You have the VR goggles on and everything, and you see the environment in the game, but mapped out to the real world for a multiplayer shooter where you're actually going around and shooting and doing these things in different environments in these warehouses they can set up. Think of it like paintball with infinite possibilities, and no one gets hit with a stupid
Well, they're going to
paintball.
make a
That'd be
ton of money
great.
off that, especially if they put it in Florida. Yeah. Louisiana. Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Anywhere.
Just take the room we're in now, the entire room, and just have like a 3-on-3 match, and just map out an empty room, and you could make it like, well, we're going to have a hill here or whatever, and keep it to the size. You could do whatever you want with that and play each other and do stuff. And I'm like, I want that. I'd have to buy a warehouse, and that's a little beyond my budget, but you guys will help me, right?
One day.
I can't even afford
one day
the
we
Nerd
will all
Edification
have-
warehouse.
Yes.
Dude,
we
we
will
have our own con and have our own panel.
Can I have like a Zenspeth bar or something? Just
Yeah.
don't forget about
Hey, I want a bar.
it. I'm working on it.
Wow.
But in any case, yeah, that's our show today. It's
Yes.
a little bit of a preview to our E3 extravaganza.
I'm going to talk some crap about
Be
Zelda.
next
Yeah.
week. Oh, yes, we will.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we will. Kyle might even be out here then, because I know Kyle's probably going to be excited.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be real exciting. But in
We'll
any
make
case,
Rachel run the camera.
don't make me do that. I will break it. No, I won't break it. I'll just not do it as well as Kyle.
Kyle is good at that.
Kyle is very good at
Thank you,
camera.
Kyle.
Good job,
You're a
Kyle.
wonderful person. We
So
love
let's
you.
do a quick social promotion here.
Fair enough.
So you can find us on Facebook, where I'm posting actively again. I'm posting
Yay.
This Day in Nerd History, and I'm also posting interesting gaming facts that you may or may not know.
I didn't know about the
surveys you
Tanuki
asked me
suit
about. I
thing.
just came up with ideas.
Yes, and we might be posting questions, so please leave comments on our status, and we will, comment back, and we want to be interactive with those who watch or listen to us and
Yeah,
whatnot.
I don't know why nobody
And-
believes that we'll comment back.
Yeah, we will. So find us on Facebook at the Nerd Edification Hour. You can also find moi on Twitter at Outrageous, which is what you can see right there.
Unless you're listening to this on radio.
Or if you're listening, it's OUT_RACHEOUS. And that's also my Twitch handle, but without the underscore. So, yeah, give me a follow, guys.
Also, if you want to follow me, that's at Nerd Edification. That's the @ symbol NERDEDIFICATION. Sorry.
You do better when you don't read it.
I know.
Just like say it and this time you're like,
no notification.
yeah.
And also, Strangely Entertaining is the YouTube channel where you can find all the videos from the forever ago since we started this thing. And
We've been doing it
also
for
other
2 years now.
gameplay stuff. Yeah. Sure, it's like 3 years.
No, it's
Like
2.
3 years.
Well, you
It didn't matter till I got here.
You started doing it a few months before I got on, and our 2-year anniversary of this show is in April.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think I missed that.
Yeah. We were actually all out of town for the anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Whoops.
And then you can find me at Zenspath, ZENSPATH on Twitter. It's It's also my name for on Twitch, just twitch.tv/Zenspath. And then my YouTube page is youtube.com/ZenspathCOM.
Also, in case anybody doesn't know, I've started streaming on Fridays at what time? Not sure. Just follow me on Twitter. That's when I usually announce that I'm like, all right, I'm going live.
I sometimes stream once a week on my Twitch.
And I got my internet upgraded so it doesn't suck.
Yeah. Actually, Comcast was having some problems last night.
Yeah, they've had problems for years.
No, like, I kept getting kicked out of party chat on my PlayStation, like, every 5 minutes. And it wasn't just me. It was 3 of my other friends who live here locally that have the same internet service I did. And it wasn't happening to anybody else in our party. And it was, so it was just Comcast. It was weird.
Yeah, we were having trouble with Xbox Live last night, too.
Yeah, it's Comcast.
Yep.
Someone was doing something. I don't know
Not their
what.
job.
A lot of
Definitely not their job.
a lot of
Exactly.
downloading something.
Yeah.
But that'll be it here for the show. Thank you for listening and or watching. Until next week, stay fancy.
Peace.